Hello everyone. So today we are going to start our cricket classes, and we are going to start from the footwork as we had already learned so many things in our previous classes. So let's see that footstep is a most significant thing for a wicket keeper. If our feet are right, all things moves with it. Many say that poor wicket keepers have dive a lot. This must mean that a keeper having good footwork probably don't have to drive very often. Means while playing cricket we should always keep in mind that we should have to follow our footwork very carefully and significantly, so that we don't have to dive, and we should be called as a good wicket keeper. There, taking the ball efficiently means right footwork, so the head is behind the wall on impact. Footwork of the keepers consists of frequent small precise adjustment, just like a dancer or a tennis player, which are made in response to the trajectory and movement of the cricket ball, so that the head remains in the optimum position. Means while taking the ball we should place our footwork right side, and so that the head is behind the ball on the impact. Means the ball should be coming from that side and we should stand over there, so that the ball will come closer to us, and thereafter keep ourselves very uh, our consistency very frequent and small and precise adjustment, just like a dancer or tennis player. Thereafter, footwork in the moving body of wicketkeeper actively, which is beneficial to catch the ball, stumping, and to lead team towards victory. Means if the footwork of a wicketkeeper is quite good and efficient, then the wicketkeeper can be beneficial to catch the ball, stumping the player, and also lead our team to the towards victory. Thereafter, next topic is the catching the ball. Means how do we catch a ball? So simply, for a wicket keeping, catching the ball is the key point. Judge the position where the elevation of the ball begins to decrease. That would be the ideal place for the keepers to stand. Means if the player is just bowling the ball and the ball is like drop over here, thereafter it will go elevation over there. Elevately, the ball will try to go elevation. What is elevation? Elevation is this thing. If the ball is trying to go in the elevation, so the wicket keeper should have to stand just toward the elevation where the ball decreases. Okay, and that is the ideal position for the keepers to stand. After positioning according to the speed of the bowler, one should be ready to catch the ball. When the ball reaches, the catch the ball with relaxed but firm hand. Keep a steady head with eyes on the ball all the way into the glove. Which means that while positioning we should always see that the how the speed of the bowler is, and the wicket keeper should be ready always. He should be prepared, ready, and always active to catch the ball. Thereafter, when the ball reaches, the wicket keeper should not move his head or eyes on the ball, and thereafter his hand should be in the line of the body and ideally should take the ball below your chest. Means it is not mandatory, but it is a rule that if you will just get to catch the ball below your chest, then it should be idle and you can just have it. But if not, then it is not very useful for you. Thereafter, the fingers will generally be pointing downwards, as most takes will be below the chest height. Keep the thumbs comfortably apart to create a broad catching area. The ball should always be caught in the palm of the gloves, not in the fingers. Means the ball should always have to, we should always have to catch the ball through the palm, means this portion of the glove, not with the fingers. Okay, we should not catch the ball with the fingers. There is, as we can see, that the topic has been started with the diving, and you can see that the player is diving like a monkey. So what is diving? Diving, so sometimes diving is like it is used to recover the footwork. If the player has a bad footwork and the player has to recover from his bad footwork, at that time the player use the diving. And sometimes diving is essential for the keeper when the ball is extremely out of his standing range. Means if the ball is out of his range, then the player has to dive. Thereafter, a thick edge on the ball by batsman which make the ball go away from keeper, so he has to dive to take the ball. When keeper is standing up from the crouch position, he is on his toes, weighted equally distributed, which permit him to execute a dive easily. Always try to catch the ball with two hands, but diving with one hand expand your reach and looks spectacular. So basically it is very essential for a player to dive while the ball is in out of the range. Okay, and if the keeper is standing from the crouch position, means the position behind the wicket, and he's crouching means half sitting and half standing, at that time his weight is equally distributed on his body. So if he dive, it will allow him to dive very easily. And the players always try to dive with expanding one hand only. Why? Because it will just increase their area, their range. Okay, thereafter we can see some fundamental skills of the bowling. So in this fundamental skills there has been some bowling deliveries. Okay, and let me tell you, the ball I mean the delivery of a set of 6, which is called an over, and once a over is done, then a teammate will ball an over from the other end of the pitch. Means once the over is done, thereafter the another teammate will come to ball over there. Thereafter, as we can see, there has been two kinds of bowling, that is in swing and out swing. So in swing is defined as delivery delivered to the right handed batsman, which the ball is moving into the leg side, while in flight generally inward toward his body. To a right handed batsman, an in swing can be delivered by aligning the same narrow to the right and placing the roughened side of the ball on the right. To exact consecutive swing, a bowler can also rotate or open up his wrist toward leg slip. Generally, an in swing presents less dangers to the batsman, but on the special days, in swing can be devastating due to the danger of being bowled or leg before wicket. Shane Bond was recognized as a great expert of in swing bowling. So as we can see, what is in swing? In swing is the bowling which is being moved to the leg side of the body. Means it will just place the, if the player is standing over there, so the ball is placed this side and thereafter it will be in swing. Okay, that is the in swing, and the most great player of in swing is Shane Bond. Thereafter, for the outswing, outswing is defined as delivery delivered to the right hand batsman in which the ball is moving far to the offside while in flight. So generally toward his body. To a right handed batsman, an outswing can be delivered by aligning the seam narrowly to the left toward the slips and placing the roughened side of the ball on the left. Means what? In the outswing, the if the batsman is standing there, then the ball will wicket is over here. Okay, the wicket is over here, the batsman is standing over here, then the ball will drop this side and thereafter come to this side. That's why it is called the outswing. And most of the bowler outswing, because these ball tends to move away from the batsman, which means he has to chase the ball to hit it. Means the outswing is a very good type of move by the bowlers, because the batsman have to change his position to hit the ball. Thereafter, there has been some governing bodies for the cricket, that is we have already learned about the ICC, BCCI and all those things. So let's see who are they. So what is ICC? ICC means International Cricket Council, and it is a headquarter in Dubai, and it is an international governing body of the cricket. It was founded as the Imperial Cricket Conference in 1909 by representatives from England, Australia, South Africa, renamed the International Cricket Conference in 1965 and took up its current name in 1989. The ICC has 104 members, 10 full members that play official test match, 34 associate members, 60 affiliated members. Okay, so basically you have to remember what kind of members they are and how many members they are present in which place. And thereafter you also have to remember the date very carefully, because in the beginning the name of the ICC was Imperial Cricket Conference. Thereafter it has been changed to International Cricket Conference in 1965. And the governance of the cricket major international tournament, notably the Cricket World Cup, it also appoints the umpire and referees that officially are at the Saxon Test Match, One Day International, 2020 internationals. Okay, so it is basically used to appoint the umpire and referee who will just see or judge the test matches, one day international match and 2020 international matches. Thereafter our BCCI. So BCCI stands for Board of Control of Cricket in India, and it was formed in 1928 by the player of Delhi Rosnara Club under the Tamil Nadu Society Registration Act. Okay, means BCCI is our Indian brand, not the Indian brand we can see. It is the Indian governing bodies, okay, which just take care of our cricket club, and it has been started by Rosnara Club under the Tamil Nadu Society registration, and it is a full member of the International Cricket Council with Test and One Day International ODI status. The status association elect their representative, who in turn elect the official at BCCI. It was set up with the aim of putting an end to the British monopoly in the game. There were 6 regional bodies at the first member. There are 30 full-time members. The headquarters of BCCI is in Mumbai. So basically in this session we can just saw that the BCCI has been evolved due to put an stop to the British monopoly in the game, as the Britishers were using very different kinds of monopoly. There were only 6 regional bodies at the first member. Then we can see there has been some different kind of tournaments are also present over there. So let's talk about the tournaments. So first of all, Ranji Trophy. Ranji Trophy is a domestic first class cricket championship played in India between team representing regional cricket association. The trophy is named after England and Sussex cricketer Kumar Sarji Ranjit Singh, and was first played in 1934. So basically we can see that the Ranji Trophy is a domestic cricket match, means it is played inside the India only, and it is a regional cricket association who had just named after the Kumar Sri Ranjit Singh ji. Okay, thereafter Dulip Trophy. So Dulip Trophy is also a trophy named after KS Dulip Singh ji, and it was started by Indian board in 1961 to 62, and it is also a regional cricket association competition, and the original format for the 5 team was the 5 zone, that is North Zone, South Zone, East Zone and West Zone, and there have been last one is a Central Zone. All of these zone the players has been came out from these zones, and they will just make their own team. Thereafter Vijay Hazare Trophy. So Vijay Hazare Trophy was also known as the Ranji One Day Trophy. So in this game we can only see that it is almost like a Ranji Trophy, but the type of the game is one day cricket. Okay, and it is named after the Vijay Hazare. He is a cricketer. Thereafter Deodhar Trophy. Deodhar Trophy, it was started in 1973 to 1974 by Board of Control for Cricket in India. It is a current one day cricket competition in India domestic cricket. It has 5 zonal teams. So as we had seen the previous one, that is the Dulip Trophy, the Deodhar Trophy is almost the same. In this trophy we can also see that there has been 5 zonal teams, that is the North Zone, South Zone, East Zone, West Zone and Central Zone. Okay, thereafter we can see that the Irani Trophy. So the trophy tournament was conceived during the 1959 to 60 season to mark the completion of 25 years of Ranji Trophy Championship, and was named after the late of Zedar Irani. So it is a trophy which has been conceived during 1959 to 60. Make sure of this, and thereafter it has completed. It has started after the completion of 25 years of Ranji Trophy Championship. Thereafter we can see that the most awaited thing, that is the IPL. So BCCI started 2020 competition, that is called the IPL, Indian Premier League, and it is regarded as a brainchild of Lalit Modi. Okay, so Lalit Modi is the one who has started it, and it was his idea. Thereafter this league has launched by BCCI, means the BCCI, our Indian board or council, has started it. Thereafter in 2004 to 2007 2008, then we can see that the players were selected via the auction and drafted into the city based franchises. It is placed in the month of April every year. So we can see that the players has been selected via auctions, means in the auction the players would be selected. Thereafter we can also see that there has been some international tournaments are also there, that is the ICC Cricket World Cup. So ICC Cricket World Cup is an international championship of one day international cricket. The event is organized by the sports governing body, the International Cricket Council, every 4 years with preliminary qualifications. Means the ICC is the ICC Cricket World Cup has been organized by sports governing body, and that is the International Cricket Council. Why it is being governed by the International Cricket Council? Because it is a international game and it has been happening after every 4 years. Thereafter, ICC Champions Trophy. So ICC Champions Trophy is the one day international that has been organized by International Cricket Council. It was inaugurated by ICC knockout tournaments in 1998 and has been played. Means it is a tournament which has been knocked this tournament has basically called as a knockout tournament, because in this championship the player or the team has to knock out the other teams to win the trophy. Thereafter we will go for the ICC World Cup 2020. I'm sorry, 2020. So the ICC World 2020, also referred as a World T20, and colloquially it is also said the T20 World Cup. So it is an international championship and it has been governed by the International Cricket Council because it is playing on the international level. Thereafter, this game has consisting of the 16 teams, and there has been 6 other associate and affiliated members chosen through the World 2020 qualifiers, and thereafter all the match has been played according to 2020 international status, and this event is held after every 2 years. Thereafter we can see that there has been a World Cricket League. So World Cricket League is nothing but a series of international one day cricket tournament for the national team without test status and administrating. So as we can see that this is the World Cricket League, it is a international one day cricket and it only happened for the test status, for the associate status and nothing else. But this is also a main of the game and it is also a very competitive league system. Okay, it is used for the promotion and regulation structure between the division. Thereafter you can see that there has been so much of terminology. It is also said to be the definitions which you will just get from the book. So I had already taught you these things. Okay, so you will just go through the terminology and you will get all your answers. It is nothing but a simple definitions. Okay, so in the next class I'll give you the question answers from this chapter. Thank you.